Alright, my lovelies. So you've seen me all crazy in my Halloween attire yesterday. Um, I just want to show you guys something. I love Tropic Thunder. And I know we're all, well, not all of us, but people just are on this thing about let's just be angry about everything. And I'm just so against that. Why can't we pick our battles? And this is Jamie Foxx, whom I definitely admire. Um, I used to watch Jamie Foxx when I was little on In Living Color and watch the reruns, and I even have some here on the channel I'm reacting to. He's amazing, and not only is he one of the best comedians ad libbing off the cuff, but he can sing and he plays piano, and he did the movie Ray, and I've watched that movie so many times. He is unquestionably one of the best actors out there. So, when he's going to talk about Robert Downey Jr., another actor that I admire, and Robert Downey Jr. has his demons. Corcoran, California prison is not far from where I am, and Robert was there for a while for some demons that he had, but he changed his ways, hopefully, and he made some really great movies. He made a comeback. It just goes to show you that you can do it if you truly want to change who you are. And when I watched Tropic Thunder, I did it because it was going to be about Vietnam, and of course my best friend Jerry was in Vietnam, and I laughed so hard because I can't do any accents whatsoever. And the fact that he did an Australian, and then he went and did, they explain like this real controversial surgery that he underwent to be a black person. And I mean, I even go back and forth with a couple of my friends who are black and quote those lines to them, and they quote them back to me because it's hilarious. Not trying to be disrespectful to anybody or make anybody upset, but life is hard enough. Can we laugh about some funny things that are meant to be funny? So I'm very interested in hearing this. It's only 6 minutes, and I probably made it 20 minutes, and I'm sorry. So, this is Jamie Foxx on Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. I wish they wouldn't just label it that, but I guess that catches people's attention. Um, let's go. I usually always like videos. I don't know. I just am like that.
Hello, freak bitches. I did Jimmy Fallon. One seating that Jimmy Fallon and every organization wanted to get me.
What did you say?
What? That's
I was
Hendrix
doing a
back
joke.
there.
I was singing. We were singing these funny songs about who let the dogs out, and so we
Cool.
took "Who Let the Dogs Out" and put it in like a vaudeville or a show tune. Who let the dogs out? Whatever it was, right? But beginning of that, I sort of ad lib like. I was watching these dogs and they were coming towards me, and I was wondering, who let them out? And there was a pit bull there, and you have to be careful because pit bulls can be cantankerous. And then I go into
And people came after him for that? Okay. I paused it because, once again, how can anybody be upset with Jamie Foxx? I know I'm being a bit biased. I always try to see the good in people, and that might be my downfall. I'm very much a hermit, and oh, yeah, I know. I just not sleepy, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with me looking like this, but oh well. Okay, let's go. I don't know if this will get out, so I have to pause it every once in a while.
the song. the pit bull community was like Jamie Foxx says, pit bull shamed us.
Pit bull shamed?
Don't pit bull shame it.
Oh my God.
And then there was another thing where Jimmy Fallon was doing
Weird.
was doing some type of he was saying what was going to be on the next show, and I was doing a bad version of signing, which I actually know how to sign, but I was doing a bad version.
You know
of
sign
it.
language?
I know sign language. We'll talk more about it later. You know,
Whoa.
all those types
Wow.
of different things. But
I think that's
as I
really
was doing
cool.
it as a joke, I didn't know that the person that he was talking about happened to be deaf.
Hey, can anybody make mistakes in this world anymore? I feel like you make one mistake and you're canceled. You know what? I'm fine with being canceled. I get canceled all day long. People leave me for the craziest things. They leave me even if they're on the same side as me. I'm just like, well, okay, well, I can't win. So I'm used to it. I have not had an easy life. So I'm just used to it. And I don't have a pity party about it. I laugh. I'm just like, look, it's Murphy's Law. I just get over it and keep going. Because there's always going to be more problems the next day and the next day and the next day. So every little good thing, every little laugh I get, I treasure that. I crack up about it. I just wish that we had more people that can really fight about the things that matter. Like, could we be outraged about our oceans or something? But because he did a song about pit bulls and because he said cantankerous, they can be just a bit cantankerous, meaning a bit grumpy. Well, what animal isn't grumpy sometimes? Let's just get upset. Sorry, rant over.
Oh no.
Oh my God. And so then, you know, so it's just all of these things. And I try to tell people, I say, hey, listen, we never mean anything bad.
No.
We poke fun, but we don't mean anything bad. But you can't just, you know, you can't kill us. Because I got to keep doing what I do, you know. So it's getting tougher.
Well,
He has
it's
a
just when we're
daughter to
talking
raise.
about
He's a
social media,
comedian.
about people commenting on things that you can't read the comments. There's just too many people.
Yeah.
And people are always
Yeah.
looking for something to be recreationally outraged at.
Yeah, and the comments
True.
will get that ass too. The comment will hit you right where you are sometimes.
Oh.
Damn, this motherfucker's right.
Well, it's good too, though. A little bit when they're right, when they're actually right. Like someone can say something ridiculous about you, and if you know it's ridiculous, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But if it's got a hint of truth, you're like, ooh.
But when somebody says something about your teeth, you kind of look in the mirror. Oh, damn, man, I gotta go.
I got
eat.
fucked up
Yeah.
lower too.
Come on. Are we that... I can see what they're saying. Like, some people don't fix it. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, his teeth are still, I think, the same that they've always been. Madonna, I mean, they're just the way that they are. Why would, you know? So anyway, I think it's to each their own. Looks don't last forever. They really don't. I don't know what else to say. I think being a good person is important. I think having fun and skills and doing your best to be a good person and passing that down to your kids. I think that is most important, but we as a society put so much on outward appearances, and I get that. You don't want to trust somebody who might be a serial killer. If they look crazy, you're not going to say, here, hold my 1-year-old and I'll be right back. I'm going to go in the store. But other than that, you know, leave people alone. You don't know what they're fighting internally.
I got somebody hit me with the donkey. Yo, it's fucking donkey. I was like, I started talking like,
Come on, that's mean.
So, you know, but I tell people all the time, don't read the comments. That's the book. Don't read
Yeah.
the comments, because it will make you start to change the way you do things. If I read all of the comments, I never tell another joke.
Yeah.
If I read all the comments, I
Wow.
never try another, you know. I got a movie that we just shot for Little or Nothing called All-Star Weekend, and the jokes are like all the way out there, you know, and it's, I got everybody in it, you know, and we all play different characters. Like I play a white racist cop. And
How do you do that?
I'll
yeah,
show it to you.
how?
I'll grab this thing and show it to you. But it's Robert Downey Jr. plays a Mexican. Gerard Butler plays
I
a
can't
Russian who
wait
loves
to see
gymnastics. Benicio del Toro plays this crazy tattoo artist, and we're all doing our thing. So it's like if you read the comments, that'll make you tuck that in. But this is some brilliant, and it's a cool little thing too. It's called All-Star Weekend for a reason. It's about two guys. One guy loves Steph Curry, the other guy loves LeBron James, and all they're trying to do is get to the All-Star game. And it's sort of like this whole journey of running into all these people. So it's dope. But it is some things where it's like, ooh, you can see there's gonna be some shit going on.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. just from Tropic Thunder. Think about that. You could never do that anymore. You can't have blackface anymore.
Yeah, there are real people out there that really mean you harm. Like outside of us.
Yes, there is.
I mean, there's some real people who really don't fucking like you. Whatever you are, whether you're black, you're white, you're straight, you're gay, whatever it is. There's some people who really don't like. We're the entertainment. And it's easy. We're easy targets. We're easy. It's easy for you to jump on Robert Downey Jr. or Jamie Foxx or Joe because it's easy. When it's real things, which, whether it's politics or whether it's whatever, a lot of times we're not ready for that fight. But it's easy to sort of pick the comedian. I called Robert. I said, listen, I need you to play a Mexican. He says, dude, here's the deal. Sure, fuck it. Sure, why not? Fuck it. Sure, of course. Sure, Mexican, whatever. But then he texted back and said, I'm nervous to play the Mexican. I said, well, shit, you played.
Robert Downey Jr., if you ever see this, I am Mexican. You have my permission. 100%. All the way. I can't wait to see it. I love your movies. Jamie Foxx can play Mexican if he wants to. I'm all for it. We need this. We need fun. What happened to the fun? This is brilliant advice. I wish I didn't read the comments, but I love people so much. All people. I learn more from comments than I would ever learn on my own. And I keep telling you guys that because it's true. You guys know more about the genres of music and what it is you like to see than I'll ever learn on my own. I don't have time. I have kids on me 24/7. Now more than ever with social distancing. Can we bring back fun? Please? Just a little bit?
The black dude. And you kill that shit. We're just all, we got to be able to do characters.
What kind of blowback did he get from playing the black dude?
None. Because we fucked with him.
It was before The Wire, too, though. It was like, what year was Tropic Thunder? I feel like that was like 10 years ago.
It was a while. But here's the thing. We fuck with Robert Downey Jr. Like, that's our guy.
Right.
Like, I did his birthday party.
Yay!
And my first joke was, how dare you take all of these roles from black people? And everybody's laughing at it. So it's sort of like the entertainers,
awesome.
Man. You got to give us room. You know what I'm saying? Like to play any. I'll show you when I.
Or you got to take that room.
Please.
You got to take it. You can't worry about. I saw Chappelle somewhere. It was like, they were asking him about his jokes, and he's like, "Yo, man, look, people have said worse shit." And I think he said something about Donald Trump saying grab him by the pussy or some shit, whatever. But it was true. It was like the one thing that you look at.
Do you guys see how great Jamie is? Like, he's doing all these impressions, and it's like nothing to him. It's like breathing.
What happened with politics this year, people sort of stripped away a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you believed in, whatever person you voted for, there was a lot of things that was sort of addressed about, like, maybe we were playing things a little too close. Like, some of those politicians were afraid to say what Donald Trump was saying, and they ended up being left in the dust because people were a little like, well, he's got a point in the sense of we're playing things a little too close.
I don't know what that means. What do you guys think about that? I don't know what that means. What does he mean by that? Playing things a little too close. What I feel what happened with the whole thing last year is people were forced into picking sides. It's not like it was football where we had millions of different football teams where we could be like, well, it wasn't like it was Dallas and 49ers, where we could say, well, no, forget it. I'm going to go with the Vikings, or I'm going to go with the Patriots, or I'm going to go with the Bengals. Or I almost went off subject and said, do you know that they're starting to change the names? Like the Redskins and stuff, they want to do away with offensive names that might hurt people's feelings, or some of these things have been so far entrenched in history, and now we're just going to do away with it. I'm just like, okay. So if we just throw everything away that is offensive to people, how are we ever truly going to move on from that or learn from anything? Is my feeling. You could feel however you want. I'm not trying to force my opinion or my beliefs. I just, it's like we're so busy trying to change everything. Can we just fix some stuff? Like, can we just fix the oceans and find a way to somehow stop littering and make children safer? Stop them from being kidnapped or put into these weird organizations where they're away from their parents and forced into these horrendous things. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna stop. This is just two people who have seen a lot of the world, who have been around way more people than I'll ever be in my entire life. And they brought up so many valid points. People don't like Trump. I didn't like him. I was so mad at him for a lot of the things that he said. But one of the things he said, grab them by the P word, that then didn't bother me. I've heard worse than that. Being a female, and that's sad. I've heard way worse. I've heard way worse being on YouTube. Does that excuse it? No. But the thing is, sometimes people have to see other people point blank, no BS, say exactly what they're thinking, no frill, no, filler, so you know exactly where they're at. We're always complaining that politicians are so full of shit. So then we get somebody who isn't, and he says exactly what he's thinking, and everybody says, no, you can't say that. And everybody's like, wow, you can't do this and you can't do that. It's like, I feel like we're not making sense anymore. I feel like the people who really don't know what they're doing are the ones in charge. It's like, where are the elders? Where are the elders that, and I'm not talking about the people governing California, because as you can see, everybody's leaving here. I'm talking about people that have statistics, that run the scientists, the accountants, the world leaders that have all this knowledge. I mean, do they just get all these stats and then just throw them in a big old fire and be like, oh, well, let's just start ripping stuff down and change it because now we have 38 different genders now? I mean, what? We have less wild fish in the ocean, but more different more genders of people. What? Can I say I don't care? I teach my kids there's boys and girls. If they want to grow up to learn all about gender fluid and all that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure my kids aren't going to give one shit. That just seems like a whole bunch of horseshit to me. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on this rant. I think I just, I'm just so tired of everybody not getting along and everybody fighting about dumb things that don't matter. And the things that do matter, it's like, it's like, okay, everybody wants to keep on fighting. Okay, how are we going to have any good water then? If we need water to survive, right? Most of it's polluted and poisoned. You want to keep fighting and live? Can we fix the water first? Okay, the end. You guys. And then we gotta talk about me not reading comments because I still read comments. Bye.